Hello guys, and welcome to today's big finale, and this is a comparison between 4 different models of Apple Watch clones. So we got FK88, FK99, HW22 and HW22 Pro. So first of all is the price. So FK88 is the most expensive one, which is $37 with the free shipping from AliExpress. Then you got the FK99, which is $33, and HW22 and HW22 Pro both cost exactly the same, $26 with the free shipping. Before you're gonna ask me questions, where is the link to purchase these watches? It's very simple. Go down to the playlist on my channel and scroll through or just type in the search bar every single model and you'll find a separate review, and underneath the review there will be a link to the shop where I purchased these ones. So first of all, what we'll do is we'll compare the packaging. So FK88 comes with 2 separate straps. One is a synthetic very soft strap, the other one is a silicone strap, the one we've got used to seeing on original Apple watches. And you also have a little manual with a QR code to download the app, which is called FitFly, the one that I really hate. And the box itself looks like this, and it's a very nice hard box, very similar to the one you find on original Apple Watch. FK99 also comes with the synthetic soft strap and a silicone strap, and also with a manual that looks like that. And it also has this QR code to download the FitFly app, which I said I'm not a huge fan of. And the unboxing experience is very similar to the original Apple Watch as well, with a very hard box inside there. And then we got HW22. Box looks like this. It comes with a strap of a very low quality, and the manual looks a bit different this time around. It also has a QR code to download the app, which is called Wear Fit Pro. And the HW22 Pro comes in a box very similar to the previous generation. This time around the manual changed a little bit. Now it's a one piece. Also has a QR code to download the app, which is called RD Fit. And it also comes with a strap, which is also of a slightly lower quality than the original straps would have been. So a couple of figures about these particular watches. So first of all, we'll start with the processors. These 3 models here use exactly the same processor, which is MTK2502C. It's not the quickest processor, and as a result, unfortunately, the smoothness of the animation on those 3 models here, which is FK88, FK99 and HW22 Pro, is not as good as the one on HW22, because this watch comes with a processor which is HS6621, and it seems to be the quickest of them 4. Battery wise, these watches come with a very similar batteries. So FK88 and FK99 come with a 220 mAh battery, whereas the HW22 comes with 200 mAh battery, and HW22 Pro has the smallest battery yet, which is 180 mAh battery. Both those models and HW22 will last between about 1 to 2 days, whereas HW22 will last the entire week. Now for Bluetooth modules, once again, these 3 models here, they come with 2 separate Bluetooth modules in each of the models, and that's Bluetooth 3.0 and 4.0. Not the best, and they're not best for the sort of battery consumption, whereas the HW22 comes with a Bluetooth 5.2, and that's probably what helps to save the battery throughout the week. Screen size wise, the FK88 seems to have the biggest screen of them all, which is 1.78 inches across, and the other 3 have exactly the same screen dimension, which is 1.75 inches across. And then for the resolution, these 3 models here are exactly the same. They come with 385 by 320 pixels resolution, whereas the FK99 comes with a slightly improved resolution, which is so not a major improvement, but it's just enough to show that the picture quality is slightly better. The weight of all 4 is exactly the same, it's 46 grams, so very light indeed. The size of the watches themselves, this is a 46 millimeter, whereas all 3 there are 44 millimeter watches, so therefore that's the biggest watch overall. The waterproof rating as well as the dust resistant rating is non-existent on these 2 here, so FK88 and HW22 Pro, whereas FK99 and HW22 comes with IP rating of IP67. Both of these were in the shower with me. I've tested them, washed hands with them, they were absolutely fine. And I believe with HW22 you can even take it into a swimming pool and they should be just fine. On my tests, HW22 Pro died in the shower, literally, because the water got into the speaker grill and they literally just turned off. So I had to spend 3 days actually chucking them in a bowl of rice and putting them on the radiator just so I can actually use them for a review. So they sort of back to normal, but I'm sure they will die off at some point. Same goes for FK88. Unfortunately, throughout my use of this watch, I was not brave enough to actually test them because neither on the page or anywhere in the manual or on the watch itself does it say whether these babies here come with any IP rating whatsoever. So I wouldn't recommend to actually try it out. So now let's just have a quick look at the actual screen itself. So we got FK88 and FK99. Personally, I think the FK99 is one of the best screens presented today. It's well balanced, so the gaps all the way around the screen are equally spaced, whereas on FK88 you've got a larger chin and sort of equally spaced bezels on each side. And if we take a closer look at the build quality, it's very similar except for the fact that the FK88 is slightly larger body overall, and at the back we can see that there are some minor differences comparing the charging mechanisms as well, which we will cover in just a second. And the speaker grill on FK88, you can see that the top portion is closed off. Same goes for the FK99, so very similar, but FK88 is slightly larger. And personally, for my personal taste, I think the FK99 is just a better overall package. Just feels a bit more premium to me. And then if we compare HW22 and HW22 Pro, obviously HW is the red one and HW22 Pro is the silver one. HW22 has a fake button down the bottom. Also, you can see that the microphone cutout is somewhat down closer to the bottom of the watch, so you can't actually press that button. Whereas on the Pro version, it looks a bit more like Fk99, a bit more balanced, similar sort of look to it and everything else. And the rear of the watch is also different because the HW22 uses different charging mechanism. And on the left side, if you take a look at the speaker grill, there's minor differences there as well. So for a quick charger demonstration, we'll start with the HW22. HW22 comes with a charger like that. This charger looks the least similar to the original Apple Watch, but it does the job because the watch itself actually clicks in there very, very sturdily. And to my opinion, that's not a bad charger whatsoever, but it doesn't really look like an original thing, does it? Then for the FK88, the first generation of FKs, basically, this is a semi-wireless charger, so you still got two little pins for charging mechanism. It's magnetic, but you have to find that little spot for the watch to sit perfectly, otherwise it's not going to charge. And then for FK99 and HW22 Pro, you actually now been upgraded to a fully wireless chargers, similar to one you find on the original Apple Watch. But these are not interchangeable, so unfortunately you will have to use one charger per watch sort of thing. So the HW22 Pro only works with its own charger, and it doesn't really matter how you place it, the charge will take place. Same goes for the FK99. You just plonk it on and it doesn't really matter in which rotation you put your watch on, it's going to start charging as well. So all in all, if you want an in-depth review of each and every single model, you can actually go to my YouTube playlist and you can find each and every single watch there because they're all being reviewed. Just to summarize a couple of things. Personally, I think the HW22 wins on many aspects. So for instance, it's a got longer battery life, it has a way smoother animation than all the other watches do. So for instance, this menu, as we can see, if I'll show you the display as well, the HW22 Pro has the biggest chin down the bottom, and because it's got no IP rating and it died after being in the shower, I cannot recommend this model to you. Same goes for the FK88, unfortunately, because it's a first attempt to clone the Apple Watch of 6th generation, because the body itself is way larger. It's thicker, it's wider, it's taller in every single possible direction, and I didn't quite enjoy using the watch's own menu because I found it very confusing because the font is very small, it's hard to read, and different colors on each screen do sort of, you just get disorientated. It's just really hard to use. So, and the other thing is the wheel is not really stiff enough, so the watch faces keep on changing throughout the day. So those two are no for me, like I can't recommend them whatsoever. Same goes for the sensors, by the way. The sensors on neither of these are any good, so I wouldn't really rely on them. But if you were still needing to choose between some of the models and you wanted a proper clone, Fk99 is the nearest one lookalike for the Apple Watch. It's just got that very nice build quality to it. And it also works pretty well with all the options and functions and everything else. Still got that very unstiff sort of crown, which means that the watch faces still will be changing throughout the day, unfortunately. But it's got nice and juicy bright screen. All the buttons work as they should. You also got the microphone and speaker and everything else, and the battery lasts about a day or two, and some of the watch faces are very good as well. So that's a good buy, and it's not as expensive as the Fk88, so it's only $33 US. Well, I say only, but it's a good build quality watch. So for those of you who always ask me what should I go for, you know, what's the best Apple clone, at the minute I personally think it's the Fk99. However, HW22 is probably my favorite because it is one of the cheapest. The watch faces don't change whilst you rotate the crown, so that's a big plus for me. So if you want to change the watch face, you actually have to press, hold, and then change it on the screen. So for me, that's a much better option. It's got a very nice smooth animation, so it looks a bit more like a realistic Apple Watch, to be honest with you. And because there is an absence of one button, that really doesn't make much of a it doesn't make it feel wrong. It feels alright. You can use that, and because I can take it into a shower with me, I can take it into a swimming pool with me. That's a bonus as well. That's a big plus. So both of these are not afraid of water in the shower. That'd be fine. HW22 can go in a swimming pool with you as well. Price wise, like I said, this is $26 US. This is $33 US. Build quality, Fk99 wins, HW2 unfortunately loses, but the HW22 has got smoother animation and easier UI to use. So if you're someone who doesn't like too many options, you know, this would be a better option for you. So right at the end, all I can say is this is my own opinion. First of all, any clone is crap. It's not really worth it. It would be much better if you could actually save money and buy a proper product rather than buying yourself a clone. And there always will be compromises that you will have to accept, you will have to take, unfortunately. But if you're going to be choosing between all four, we'll come back with all four. Like I said, HW22 Pro is the worst of them all. Fk88 is okay, but it's way too big and it's way too complicated to use. HW22 is good all around, so good battery, it's got good sensors, good sensors. Well, I say good sensors, all right sensors. It's got good battery, it's got all right screen, and I like the fact that the watch faces don't change whilst you rotate the crown. And Fk99 seems to be the best for the buck because it doesn't cost as much as the previous model. It's much better built, it's smaller in dimension, so it looks a bit more like a real deal. And it's got a wireless charger and it works for a day or two. So, and it's got some nice wallpapers, nice sort of watch faces. And the menu styles can be changed as well, so you can choose between different menu styles. So this is it. I hope this video has been helpful in some way to you, especially if you was trying to pick in amongst all these watches here. But if you still got any questions, don't hesitate, comment down below and I'll do my best to answer your questions as soon as I possibly can. Thank you very much for subscribing, thank you very much for following this channel and supporting this channel. I really do appreciate, and you know, we're doing a lovely job and helping each other finding a decent product for, let's say, not too much of money to spend. So yeah, thank you very much guys, and I'll see you in the next one.